after 2 weeks in Orlando. We had a great trip, great memories, and we had a wonderful time at the PPMD conference. But now we're home, we're settled, new week, new goals. This week we have Mason's Night Splints in, so we're gonna go to Shriners this week and try on his Night Splints. Second goal this week is we're figuring out a new infusion company is taking over Jack's Exondys, trying to decide if we want to get Jack a port or not for these treatments, because the weekly needle IV, you know, it's a little rough. He's 2 years old. Wee! Say bye, Dada. Bye, Dada. Night. It's a hot day today. It's over 100, but we are on our way to the tuxedo place to get the boys measured. Woohoo! They're gonna have little tuxes. They're in my brother's wedding that is less than 2 weeks away, so we need to go get them measured in their little tuxedos. I'm excited to see them in that. And then this evening at 5 p.m., Jack has his Exondys infusion. We're using a new infusion center. I don't know what happened there, but so we're gonna meet a new nurse, and she'll be over this afternoon, and we're going to get Jack another treatment. So that's exciting. And then tomorrow, Mason and I are going back to Shriners, and his Night Splints are in, and we're gonna try them on and see what they look like.
Hey boys, you guys do it.
Oh, look at that neck. You're an 11?
Look up.
11. Good job. Okay, now let me see how long your arms are, like Spider-Man. Do you have long arms like Spider-Man?
Heck yeah.
See, can you shoot webs out of your hand? 18 on the sleeve.
Please. Do you want to wear that at the wedding? It's treatment time, Boo. That one was a rough IV. Yeah. He's not liking it. But you're so good at it. I'm excited. Open the door. Number 3.
He's out.
Whoa.
So these he'll wear at nighttime, and then your therapist reached out to me and asked if we can make him some little SMOs that he'll wear during the day.
Yeah.
Okay,
Awesome.
so she talked to you about that, I would assume?
Yeah.
Okay,
the other
perfect.
day.
Yep. So we'll get those fit too today and get him set up with some shoes.
Perfect.
So these will be for nighttime, just to
Okay.
hold his feet in like a corrected position.
Sure.
Try to keep him from getting too tight, and then.
Do you remember the pattern that you chose? The pow pow pow.
Do you remember that?
You want the bang bang, the comic bam? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of fun, huh? What do you think, bud? Let's put some socks on first, right? Here and there. So how you doing, bud? What's new?
What's new?
You gonna say anything?
Where did you just go? Where did you just go? Disney World.
Stop it. Are you serious? For reals? You went to Disney World? Was it the best?
Yeah.
And that's in Florida?
What's your favorite ride? What's your favorite ride? The roller coaster. You're in a shy stage, aren't you?
Are you being shy with me? Are you being shy with me, mister? Aren't they? So then the other thing I would tell you, especially like right now, like to get used to these things in the beginning, it's okay for you to alternate nights, you know, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot.
Oh, do like 1 foot at a time?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an easy way to transition if you want to do it that way. That's totally fine.
Okay.
Okay, buddy, can I have you stand on these real quick? Oh, sweet. I'm just gonna cut these straps shorter.
Woo!
Whoa!
Slippy down.
We'll put a little tread on the bottom. These aren't really he could use these for walking, like with his shoes. It's not to say, but that's not what we're using these for. We're using these things for just for at night. So this is just a pen. I'm going to draw in here, okay? Sound good? All right. I'm going to try not to draw in your new socks there, okay? They look cool, huh? What do you think? Do you like how they look? Do you like the design? So these, mister, you're going to wear these at nighttime, okay? These you'll wear at nighttime to go sleep. Sound good?
Your legs feel better.
Yeah. And this is going to be for this foot. Whoop. But same thing, I'm going to have you stand up on these. And these you're going to wear with your therapist and kind of throughout the day. See how much they help with your feet and ankles, okay?
Did you use the same mold too for those? Or are they just more generic?
No, these are for him.
For his
Oh yeah, oh absolutely. Cool. But it's sort of I modify 2 separate molds to make.
Yeah.
So I did. Yes, these are made off of his feet for sure. But I don't use, for argument's sake, I don't use the same mold because you make them differently.
Right. Gotcha.
If that makes sense, I don't know.
So how many do you think typical shoe sizes? Is that like 2 sizes, or just kind of what fit? Or
no, 1 at the most is what I try to encourage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if he's a 9, get a 10.
Yeah, but we'll get him. We have some shoes downstairs. We can try to get him set up with
okay,
today
cool.
too. Can I have you stand up on these, mister? Whoa.
Woo!
Yeah, buddy. Okay.
Cool, Mason.
Do you have a pen? Marker? Yeah.
It's going to make you feel comfortable.
Same, okay. I'm just going to mark on these. Right?
They're like a giant foot.
How did those feel?
Giant foot. Is it?
See? Ouch.
Inevitably, what will happen is kids will go up onto their toes, they'll start walking on their toes, they'll just get super tight back here. And now obviously you're trying to stretch and you're trying to do all these other things where, like I said before, the reality with this is that we just know that he's going to want to get tight back here.
Yeah.
So we want to just apply, essentially these are going to be something that he'll just be wearing.
Yep, perfect.
Right, and it's full-blown maintenance.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Awesome.
Does that make sense?
Definitely, yeah.
As long as we, during the day, during the therapies and he's walking, then we just want to make sure we're not like getting him up on his toes and that he's walking up on his toes too much or anything. So that's kind of something that we'll see as well.
Do you recommend a certain amount of time per day, or just have them as their main shoes? Or
it really kind of depends. I mean, what I would do is, first and foremost, I would just kind of talk with your therapist. See what she thinks. I mean, kind of the idea is like for, a lot of times, you want to try and walk, bud? Let's go out in the hall and see how you do.
how's that feel? Is it comfortable?
They're really quite flexible. So they're not going to be too debilitating for him to wear.
Walking in your new, I think they called it SFOs. Yay! It's speech day. Open.
Open. No. Where'd it go?
Jack is doing so awesome with his speech therapy. I gotta say, since starting Exondys, his processing and speech has improved in the last month dramatically. So, yay for that. Yeah. While he was at speech, they offer this application that I filled out while we were in his session. And I'm applying for his therapies, co-pays to be covered. So you have to apply and get accepted. And so I went ahead and applied for that. And if we get it, he'll get a grant towards the co-pays. He gets 3 therapies a week, and each therapy is a $30 co-pay. So if we can get those waived, that just helps us that much more. So hopefully we get accepted for that this round. And then Mason's splints and AFOs, that appointment went really well. They fit great, and the doctor was really good about explaining the importance of wearing these at night and the importance of the AFOs and the night splints and how it just allows some maintenance of their muscles. So we're going to go ahead and try that for the first time tonight. The doctor did advise that a good rule of thumb to ease into it is maybe do one leg tonight, see how he does, see how uncomfortable it is, and then the next night we'll try the other foot, and then the third night we'll try both. And he just said if he does wake up in the middle of the night uncomfortable, take him off, just be respectful of how he's feeling. But it is important that he gets used to those sooner than later. But I'm glad to close that chapter. We got those done. So pretty much once he outgrows them, we'll call them again and get them remolded and resized. They said probably once a year will be the typical time frame. And then I did ask about Jack. Does he need night splints right now? Because he does have his AFOs. And he said he might be a little young for that. So around 4 or 5, we'll get him some night splints as well. My hope is maybe as Mason grows out of them, they'll fit Jack, is my hope. So that was my main goal, is to complete that. And I'm excited for him to try it, to see if we can, see more strength with those night splints and AFOs. More strength as in better balance, better maintenance, stuff like that. And then my other goal was just focusing on the transition of changing infusion centers with Jack's treatment. And she did come over. She was great. Jack is struggling with the IV now. Every time it gets a little bit more stressful for him, to where we need to really think about if we want to continue giving him a weekly IV, or if we really need to consider getting him a port that sits up under the skin and the chest, and then they just hook it in the port, and then the medicine is, infused that way, and that avoids him getting poked every time. He's starting to freak out when he's forced down, when the band is on his arm. He's starting to put 2 and 2 together, and he gets really frightened and really just worked up. And my biggest fear with DMD, or just one of my fears, is that, medical trauma, your body remembers all of this, and I don't want them to develop a phobia or medical fear, medical anxiety, because they're going to be in hospitals all their life. So I don't want to traumatize him. Brian isn't too happy about it, just how he's acting. So we're going to have to decide what we want to do next with that. So I'm sure they can get him scheduled to get a port here in Spokane. We don't know, but that transition was smooth. She was good. He had to get poked a few times just because he won't stop moving and crying. But this company seems really a lot more responsive, a lot more communicative. So that was a good transition as well.
Hey, dude. Hey, Mason, you ready to put your night splits on? Okay, this is the second night, so we put it on this leg first. Now we're gonna alternate and put it on this leg next, and then we're gonna try and see if we can put on both legs tomorrow night, like a shoe.
Put on a shoe.
Like you're putting on a shoe.
Do you know why you have to wear those?
Yeah, because my legs can't have walking on.
Yeah, to keep your legs walking longer.
Good job, Mason.
With your foot.
High five with your foot.
There you go.